Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play AC Milan in Football Manager 2018. And at the end of the last episode, I was talking about I kind of didn't know what game was going to be played in the next episode. And now, of course, I have decided we are going with the Barra game, and I think the good reason for that is the last game we are playing before. Before New Year and before the January transfer window opens. This is basically the halftime mark of the season. So yeah, I think it was a good choice for this episode. They're currently in ninth place in the league, but we are playing them away, and you should never underestimate the away games. But the draw for the Champions League's first knockout round have happened, and yeah, everybody knows that this game loves to screw with me. And of course, we got Bayern Munich. I mean, what can I even say? We don't like to make it easy for us, do we? They are currently topping the German league, of course, like completely dominating it. I mean, it's Bayern Munich. They are world class players in every position. They are a really, 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 really good team. This won't be easy. Take a look at the other rounds. We have Napoli versus Barcelona, Tottenham versus Juve, Shakhtar versus Dortmund, Real Madrid versus PSG. That's going to be a big one. Athletic Madrid versus Man United, Olympic Lyons versus Arsenal, Leverkusen versus Sporting. And like, we definitely didn't get the easiest draw here. Maybe it could have been worse, but kind of not. Because I think like the only, I mean, there are definitely teams that would have been easier than Bayern Munich. But I mean, if we want to win this competition, we need to beat the best. So I guess, well, we can't complain. Like, I would have preferred an easier draw. I would definitely would have done that. But we are here to win the Champions League. We can't be afraid for any team. It's other teams that should be afraid of us. It's the Bayern Munich team. These guys are going to talk about, oh no, we got AC Milan in the draw. That was the worst case. That's a nightmare draw. Other teams should fear us. We shouldn't be fearing other teams. And since last episode, played 2 games. Got 2 pretty easy wins versus Empoli and Sampdoria. And this was actually 4-2. It was more like a 4-0 game, because basically what I did at the end, I brought in like a 17-year-old and a backup player and so on, but we completely dominated it just to like rest the important players and so on. So we conceded our goals at the end when we were using a much weaker team. So yeah, that's basically it. And that brings us to this league table. Look at this. We have overthrown Napoli and are now topping the table. And of course, Napoli had a weaker stint here. The last 3 league games, they had 2 draws and 1 loss, and that was exactly what we needed to be able to overthrow them. And yeah, things looks better right now, definitely better. And we have 1 less game played also, so if we can win this one, we're gonna get some safety distance down to them. And of course, Juve, they also have 1 less game played. They will probably win it. So most likely we'll find ourselves in a scenario where we are topping and then Juve right behind us. I think that's enough talking for now. Let's get to the game. Let's see what happens. Because first off, we need to beat Bari, and we are favorites. And actually, this one, he's on loan from us. So as always, we will face off against our family, so to say. But we should be favorites here. You never know with these away games. I'm gonna tell the lads I expect a win. We definitely do. And we have a strong team. We have good players. We should be able to do it. But I mean, it's a rainy day here. Bari has the at-home advantage. You never know what's going to happen. But just hope we can keep on performing, putting pressure on the other teams. And especially since, oh my god, there's some potential injury from Cotrone. I'm not going to risk anything with him. We're gonna sub him ASAP. That was not the start we wanted. Not at all. But we're not going to risk anything. So yeah, let's sub him. But yeah, especially since we will hopefully, I mean, it's not going to be easy to beat Bayern Munich, but hopefully we can. But that means like we are going to be playing more games than quite a few of the other teams during the second part of the season, since we will be fighting in Champions League. It would be good to have some sort of safety margin. Was that Falcao or Bari? Was it? Need to take a look at that. And here is Silva, newly subbed for. Oh my god, that looked like a huge mistake by that goalkeeper. Let's take a look at replay. But yeah, like, since I'm hoping that we can do well versus Bayern Munich, it would be good to be a situation where we can use the weaker team in the league and our strongest team for the Champions League, because I think we're going to need it if we're going to have any chance. But yeah, let's take a look at replay here. It looked like a mistake here. Yeah, that was some really weak goalkeeping, really weak. But who am I to complain? And it's going to be something ASA from the kickoff here. Is that good or bad news for us? Not sure. Where's this one heading? Is it Romagnoli? Listens to picked up a yellow card. I'm going to change it around, have him tackle Isaf on tackles, because right now he's tackled harder. His also is going for another one. Well, decent try. But yeah, since tackle hard is definitely not the setting you want to be using when the lad has already picked up a yellow card. So we're going to ease off tackles here, as usual. Now let's see, is it? It is Falcao. No, it's not Falcao. This is some other lad. Like, I just saw the name, but this is Filippo Falcao. He's an Italian. It's definitely not the big famous Falcao. He probably have retired by now in this save, because he's pretty old when the first season starts. And that's, of course, is the equalizer. It happens just before halftime. Worst case of timing. Having the lads going to the dressing room. Going to be very psychologic for them. Really bad defending on the corner there. They had like 3 players that basically nobody was marking. So they definitely need to know here during the halftime talk that I am not pleased. Not pleased at all. Guys, time to step it up here for the second one. But yeah, we really would like to get some safety margin in the league, because we know that if we want to do good in Champions League, we are going to have to prioritize Champions League over the league, which means trying to use our strongest players in Champions League, which means a weaker team in the league, which means that we're probably going to lose some points every now and then during the second part of the season. And we want some margin for that. Maybe Silva can give us that, but he hits the post. Yeah, that would have been a beautiful start to the second half, but I mean, at least we created something. Is Bonucci, where Locatelli, Kessier for Sauce on the right flank, closer to the box. He's gonna go himself. He's going to lose it, but still in our possession though. Maybe we can bounce back, create something again here. Kessier for Bonaventura, Sosa, all the way back to Theo Hernandez. For Sosa, for Bonaventura. A lot of lads into the box now. Can we get into them? No, we can't. It's intercepted, but Theo picks it up. Locatelli, Kessier, Soso. So many players into the box. Can he find somebody? Yes, he can. He finds Andre Silva. And we are officially back in the driver's seat. Let's take a look at replay here. Kessier or Sosa. Soso. Also beautiful challenge there. And yeah, kind of bad defending there, leaving Silva alone in the middle. He had like 3 guys that were like a few meters away from him just watching. Theo with a throw in. Can we do something here? Silva. Will he do it himself? Can he set somebody up? He goes for Locatelli. Kessier. All the way out to the right flank for Conte. Into the box. It's cleared. Locatelli picks it up. Will Conte get another try? No, we place it all the way back for Kessier. Locatelli. What will he do? Guys, you need to show yourself. You need to give him some support. It's Kessier. And he loses it. Wins it back. He loses it again. My god, where's this one heading? Theo. Come on, guys. This is a long highlight. Sosa for Soso. Locatelli. My god. This has been going on for ages. Sosa. With a beautiful pass for Soso. Perfect pass. Sets Soso up. And we were talking about some breathing space in the league. So safety margin. And we just got it in this game, because now we have some breathing space and save the margin in this Bari game. But that was a long highlight. But as long as the highlight ends with us scoring, I'm definitely okay with long highlights. Feel free to do so, Football Manager. Whenever I end up scoring, I'm okay with it. And Bari gets something here. I mean, last time we scored, I was supposed to say, not the last time, the first time we scored, they scored like ASAP after it in like the highlight after. And now history just repeats itself. We scored and then ASAP the next time. And it's from another corner. So they actually scored twice on corners. Maybe we need to go back and take a look at our defensive instructions for corners, because that's definitely not good enough, conceding 2 goals in 2 corners. And Theo looking nervous. He's getting a crappy rating. He has picked up a yellow card. I think it's the right option to remove him. And then him, Bonaventure, is not playing that great either. He's a bit tired. I think we should bring in young Sana. He prefers to be a winger, so let's change him around. Clock is ticking and ticking and nothing at all is going on, so let's go for the... No, we already made 3 subs. I forgot about that that early injury on Catrone, so... But nothing happens at all, like nothing... Since they scored their last goal, nothing at all has happened. And look at the statistics here, 25 shots to 8, 10 to 5 on target. I mean, it shouldn't be this close. We should definitely have been able to basically close this game down. But we are into extra time of the extra time, so that's the full-time whistle. It wasn't a great game, definitely not our best game this season, but we got the job done, and we actually had 2 lads here that picked up a 9.0 rating. But sometimes we have those 2 9.0 ratings. We have 6.6, 6.8, 6.8, 6.6, 6.7. So yeah, we had a few guys that performed really well, but we also had a few guys that I'm not sure what they were up to. Not sure at all. But yeah, that was an interesting game. I'm glad that we won. It's never easy with away games, but I really felt like we could have done that better. It shouldn't have been as close as it was. Luckily for us though, we played it safe with Catrone. We didn't chance and played him. We picked him off the pitch ASAP when he picked up that potential injury. It's only going to be out for 1 to 2 days. So yeah, I feel like it was the right decision. So let's take a look here. Yeah, as I predicted, Juve won their game, so they're in 2nd place. But we have a small safety margin here, 4 points down to them. Napoli only got a draw. That was, of course, the early kickoff. It had already happened when we played our game. But that was a very good result for us. And yeah, let's take a look at what the future has in hold. Because, as I said, this was the last game before New Year. Next game is 3rd of January, which means 2nd half of the season. It means the January transfer window is open. I'm not planning to do like basically anything. My only goal is to keep all my players, not sell anybody that I need. I don't plan to sign anybody. You never know. So maybe sometimes you get like an offer that's too good to refuse, or a player that's like world class gets transfer listed really cheap. So you never know. But next episode will definitely be the Juve game. So we will actually have gone through almost the whole of January when next game comes up. Because we have the Cremonese game. I mean, they are in 18th place, not very exciting. But Bologna, 17th place. Then we have the Italian Cup that we don't care about at all. Probably going to use my youth players and gets knocked out by Cremonese. Then we have Palermo, 19th place. So, I mean, 18th place, 17th place, 19th place. No big games here. But Juve, that's going to be huge for us. So that will be the next episode. And then, of course, ASAP after that one, we have Napoli. And you know Napoli has a great season. They have been topping the table for quite some time until we finally overtake them. So 2 huge games coming up here in the next 2 not season, but episodes. And then, of course, after that, we have Bayern Munich in the Champions League. So, yeah, we have some crazy episodes coming up. But as always, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Really appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.